What is up, mtg-portal? We are back for episode 7 of the Eternal Master Spoilers. I hope you guys are ready. Man, this is insane. When I brought episode 6 online earlier this morning, I refreshed to take a look at the spoilers I had for episode 7, and I have enough for literally 2 videos. So these spoilers are going to be broken into episodes 7 and 8. They will cover everything, so don't worry, but bear with me while I get these videos produced and out online. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, first up are the creatures. Let's get rolling. First up, Aven Riftwatcher, a 2 colorless Snow White for a 2/3 flying with Vanish 3. When it enters and leaves the battlefield, you gain 2 life. We next have Ballynock Cohort, a 2 colorless Snow White for a 2/2 with First Strike. Ballynock Cohort gets +1/+1 as long as you control another white creature. Cool little Kithkin soldier, I'm sure he'll fit right in with the soldier decks. Benevolent Bodyguard, 1 white for a 1/1. Sacrifice Benevolent Bodyguard. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. We've also got Caliderm, 2 colorless, 2 white for a 5/5 with Shroud and Vanishing 4. 8.5 Tails. He's been reprinted. 2 white for a 2/2 legendary creature, i.e. Commander Fox Cleric. 1 colorless, no white. Target permanent you control gains protection from white until end of turn, or for 1 colorless, target spell or permanent becomes white until end of turn. He's a cool little legendary creature. Glimmerpoint Stag, 2 colorless, 2 white for a 3/3 elk with vigilance. When Glimmerpoint Stag enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Jareth Leonon Titan, 3 colorless and 3 white for a 4/7 cat giant. Whenever it blocks, it gets +7/+7. You may pay 1 white, and Jareth gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. Core Hookmaster, 2 colorless and a white for a 2/2 soldier. When Core Hookmaster enters the battlefield, tap target creature and opponent controls. That creature does not untap during its controller's next untap step. Another cool little soldier. I'm smelling a theme here. We have Mistral Charger. It's a 2/1 for 1 colorless, 1 white, and it has flying. We have Monk Idealist, 2 colorless and a white for a 2/2 cleric. When Monk Idealist enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. I've also got Sarah Angel reprint at 3 colorless, 2 white for a 4/4 with flying and vigilance. Soulcatcher, 1 colorless and a white for a 1/1 bird soldier with flying. Whenever a creature with flying dies, put a 1/1 counter on Soulcatcher. We've also got War Priest of Thune, 1 colorless and a white for a 2/2 cleric. When War Priest of Thune enters the battlefield, you may destroy target enchantment. There's a lot of hate in this set. Welkin Guide, 4 colorless and a white for a 2/2 cleric with flying. When Welkin Guide enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. We also have White Mane Lion reprint at 1 colorless, 1 white for a 2/2 cat with flash. When White Mane Lion enters the battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. Moving on to blue, we have Arcanus the Omnipotent. 3 colorless, 3 blue for a 3/4 wizard. Tap him, draw 3 cards, or pay 2 colorless, 2 blue, and return him to his hand. Another awesome commander. Cephalid Sage, 3 colorless and a blue for a 2/3 with Threshold. We've also got Inkwell Leviathan. I love this guy. 7 colorless, 2 blue for a 7/11 with Island Walk, Trample, and Shroud. He's going to get abused in EDH, I can guarantee it. Jetting Glasskite, 4 colorless, 2 blue for a 4/4 spirit with flying. When Jetting Glasskite becomes a target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. Merfolk Looter, 1 colorless and a blue for a 1/1. Tap him, draw a card, then discard. Peregrine Drake, 4 colorless and a blue for a 2/3 flyer. When he comes into play, you want to tap 5 target lands. Great for EDH. Phantom Monster, 3 colorless and a blue for a 3/3 illusion that has flying. We also have Phyrexian Ingester. It's 6 colorless and a blue for a 3/3 beast with imprint. When Phyrexian Ingester enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-token creature. Phyrexian Ingester gets +X/+Y, where X is the exiled creature's card's power and Y is its toughness. He's an interesting little critter. I've also got Sebulib Efrit, 2 colorless and a blue for a 3/4 with flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to you. Kinda not so fun. Shoreline Ranger at 5 colorless and a blue for a 3/4 with flying and island cycle. Always nice to have the cycling back. Spirit Noble at 1 colorless and 2 blue for a 2/2 fairy with flying. Other creatures you control with flying get +0/+1. You can tap her to give all creatures with flying +1/+0 till the end of turn. We have Warden of Evos Isle, 2 colorless and a blue for a 2/2 flyer. Creature spells with flying you cast cost 1 less to cast, 1 colorless that is. We have Wonder at 3 colorless and a blue for a 2/2 with flying. As long as Wonder is in your graveyard and you control an island, creatures you control have flying. Blight Soil Druid, 1 colorless and a black for a 1/2. You may pay a life and add green to your mana pool. Blood Artist, 1 colorless and a black for a 0/1 vampire. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. We've also got Braid's Cabal Minion. She's back. 2 colorless, 2 black for a 2/2 legendary creature. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices an artifact, creature, or a land. We also have Karen Feeder. 1 black for a 1/1 zombie. Karen Feeder can't block. Sacrifice a creature and put a 1/1 counter on Karen Feeder. We have Dead Bridge Shaman. 2 colorless and a black for a 3/1 Elf Shaman. When Dead Bridge Shaman dies, target opponent discards a card. Some of these are tongue twisters. Gravedigger. It's 3 colorless and a black for a 2/2 zombie. When Gravedigger enters the battlefield, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Havoc Demon. 5 colorless and 2 black for a 5/5 with flying. When Havoc Demon dies, all creatures get -5/-5 till end of turn. We have Lilzana Scrapblade. 2 colorless and a black for a 1/1 Elf Assassin. Necrotal, 2 colorless, 2 black for a 2/1 first strike. When Necrotal enters the battlefield, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. We've also got Phyrexian Gargantua, 4 colorless, 2 black for a 4/4 horror. When Phyrexian Gargantua enters the battlefield, you draw. Alright, next up we've got Phyrexian Rager, 2 colorless and a black for a 2/2 horror. When Phyrexian Rager enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose 1 life. We've also got Plague Witch, at 1 colorless and a black for a 1/1 elf shapeshifter. You may pay a black, discard a card, and target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Prowling Pangolin, 3 colorless and 2 black for a 6/5 beast. When Prowling Pangolin enters the battlefield, any player may sacrifice 2 creatures. If the player does, sacrifice Prowling Pangolin. Skulking Ghost, 1 colorless and a black for a 2/1 spirit with flying. When Skulking Ghost becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Next up is Twisted Abomination. This guy is kind of unique. 5 colorless and a black for a 5/3 zombie mutant. You may pay 1 black and regenerate Twisted Abomination, or for 2 colorless, he does have Swamp Cycling. I like the Swamp Cycling. I like the land cycling in general. I think it's really cool. Next up is Vizara the Dreadful, another EDH possible commander. Really cool card in my opinion. Kind of reminds me of Avatar of Woe. 3 colorless, 3 black for a 5/5 legendary creature. It's a Gorgon. It does have flying. You can tap it to destroy target creature, and it can't be regenerated. Could be a fun commander to play. Next up, we've got Wake of Vultures. 3 colorless and a black for a 3/1 bird with flying. You may pay 1 colorless and a black, sacrifice a creature, and regenerate Wake of Vultures. It's an okay common. We've also got Wake Dancer at 2 colorless and a black for a 2/2 with Morbid. When Wake Dancer enters the battlefield, if a creature died this turn, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield. That I do like. Next up is Avarax. 3 colorless and 2 red for a 3/3 beast with haste. When Avarax enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Avarax, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you do, shuffle your library. He's also pumpable for 1 colorless and a red, getting +1/+0 till end of turn. Next, we've got Battle Squadron. Goblins are getting ridiculous. 3 colorless and 2 red for a Star Goblin with flying. Battle Squadron's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Getting ridiculous. Moving into Beetleback Chief. 2 colorless and 2 red for a 2/2 Goblin Warrior. When Beetleback Chief enters the battlefield, put 2 1/1 red Goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield. Like I said, Goblins are getting retarded. We also got Borderland Marauder. Whenever Borderland Marauder attacks, he gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Coming in with a casting cost of 1 colorless and a red, it being a 1/2. It's not that bad of a warrior, and I can see him seeing play. Next up is Crater Hellion, coming in at 4 colorless and 2 red For a 6/6 Hellion Beast with an Echo cost of 4 colorless and 2 red. When Crater Hellion enters the battlefield, it does deal 4 damage to each other creature. Alright, moving right along to enchantments. Our first one up is Face Fetters. Coming in at 3 colorless and a white, it's an enchant aura enchant permanent. When Face Fetters enters the battlefield, you do gain 4 life. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated unless they're mana abilities. Little expensive, but not a bad card. Next up is Field of Souls. 2 colorless, 2 white. Whenever a non-token creature is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Not bad, little expensive. Following that, we do have Intangible Virtue. 1 colorless, 1 white. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. I can see this getting disgusting in quite a few different decks. Goblins, soldiers, yeah, it's going to get bad. Pacifism. 1 colorless, 1 white. Enchant creature. It's another enchant aura. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. Very similar to the first card you saw, just a whole lot cheaper. Seal of Cleansing, 1 colorless, 1 white. Sacrifice Seal of Cleansing, destroy target artifact or enchantment. It's cool to see the seals coming back. I haven't seen those in a very long time. Future Sight, 2 colorless, 3 blue. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play the top card of your library. It's an interesting enchantment. Gaseous Form, 2 colorless and a blue. It's another enchant aura. Enchanted creature, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by enchanted creature. Basically, it gridlocks that creature. Stupefying Touch, 1 colorless, 1 blue. It's another enchant aura. Enchanted creature, when Stupefying Touch enters the battlefield, you draw a card. Enchanted creature's activated abilities can't be activated. I like Stupefying Touch. Hodin of Cleansing Fire. The Hodins are back. 3 colorless and a white. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may gain 2 life for each shrine you control. The whole point of these was to control all the shrines. You also had Hodin of Seeing Winds. 4 colorless and a blue. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card for each shrine you control. As you can tell, there's a reoccurring pattern here. The more shrines you have, the better it's going to work for you. You also had the Hodin of Night's Reach. At 3 colorless and a black, at the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent discards a card for each shrine that you control. And last but not least was Hodin of Infinite Rage. At 2 colorless and a red, at the beginning of your upkeep, Hodin of Infinite Rage deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of shrines you control. All in all, 4 shrines, 4 different separate abilities. Wonderful in a multicolored deck. Next up, we got Instants. Let's dig right in. Humble at 1 colorless and a white. Until end of turn, target creature loses all abilities and has base power and toughness of 0/1. Kind of like Omnivise. I like it. Raise the Alarm. 1 colorless, 1 white. Put 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens onto the battlefield. More token generation. Always fun. Rally of the Peasants. 2 colorless and a white. Creatures you control get +2/+0 till end of turn with a flashback of 2 colorless and a red. Second Thoughts at 4 colorless and a white. Exile target attacking creature and draw a card. Expensive, but I like the ability to draw a card on exile. Next up, we have Shelter. At 1 colorless, 1 white. Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, and you draw a card. Not bad. Dream Twist for 1 blue. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard with a flashback of 1 colorless and a blue. That's ridiculous. Fact or Fiction. 3 colorless and a blue reprint. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library, and opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile into your hand, the other into your graveyard. Definitely an EDH staple and an amazing overall card for Legacy and Modern play. Next up, we have Memory Lapse, coming in at 1 colorless and a blue. Counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, put it on top of its owner's library instead of into that player's graveyard. Tidal Wave, 2 colorless and a blue. Put a 5/5 blue wall creature token with Defender onto the battlefield. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next instep. Nice chump block. Annihilate for 3 colorless and 2 black. Destroy target non-black creature. It can't be regenerated, and draw a card. Next up, we have Eyeblight's Ending. 2 colorless and a black. It is a tribal instant for an elf. Destroy target non-elf creature. It's interesting to see. And next up we have Malicious Affliction, 2 black. Morbid, when you cast Malicious Affliction, if a creature died this turn, you may copy Malicious Affliction and may choose new targets for the copy. Destroy target creature. Tragic Slip, 1 black. Target creature gets -1, -1 till end of turn. Morbid, that creature gets -13, -13 till end of turn instead if a creature died this turn. And Carbonize, a 2 colorless and a red. Carbonize deals 3 damage to target creature or player. That creature can't be regenerated this turn. If the creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Very cool set of cards. And last but not least, we go into our sorcery block. First on that list is Deep Analysis. Coming in a 3 colorless and a blue. Target player draws 2 cards. Flash it back for 1 colorless and a blue and pay an additional 3 life. Next on our list is Silent Departure. 1 blue. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Flash it back for 4 colorless and a blue. Next up we do have Duress at 1 black. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and that player discards that card. Following Duress, we have Night's Whisper. At 1 colorless, 1 black, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Also not a bad little card. And next up, we do have Urborg Uprising. 4 colorless and a black. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand and draw a card. And last but not least, we have Victimize. Coming in a 2 colorless and a black. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield tapped. Very cool card. Love the reprints. Whew! We survived. Absolutely one of our longest spoiler videos to date, but I'm sure they're going to get more expansive as these spoilers drop at the pace that they are. Look for episodes 8, 9, and 10 coming to you guys very, very soon, as I have a whole bunch more cards that need to be spoiled, and they'll be coming in video format here in the next day to 2 days. As always, thank you for being a part of MTG Portal. If you haven't already subscribed and gotten involved in our gaming community, you should click that link down below. Give these videos a thumbs up, shout out to the gaming community, and give us a heads up that you like what we're producing here. If you haven't gotten involved in Facebook, click that link down below, because before I upload these videos, all of these spoilers go on our blogs post. So make sure you check it out, get involved in our gaming community over there, and drop your thoughts on the Facebook blogs. If you want to follow us on Twitter, there's a link down below as well. And if you'd like to get involved in Patreon and win yourself some booster packs and help support the content here at MTG Portal, we would love and appreciate your support, and there's a link for that down below. As always, as I get more spoilers and more updated information, you will find them right here at MTG Portal. Until then, take care, guys. Thank you for being an awesome gaming community. We'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful day.